Hey guys, PeeCarNoo here, bringing you another GTA 5 racing video. That's right, this is the highlights from my perspective on the event that happened on Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, Sunday whatever you want to call it. And this was Bruffy's event on the Ron Raceway circuit, which I was selected to use the T20, which is, as we know, one of the fastest supercars within GTA 5. And what you're seeing now is basically the first lap within the event, just to warm up everyone's positions and obviously get into the actual lap of the race. So the way the qualifying actually worked, guys, was, you know, we had three non-contact laps, and we actually were trying to set the fastest lap times, which would reveal who would start, you know, in first position and blah blah blah. Bruffy actually switched that round, so we did still do that, but the fastest lap times were actually set to the back, so anyone that did a good lap time was actually reversed all the way to the back. So as you can see, I'm pretty much at the back now. I didn't really do well in practice laps, but as you can see, I'm about 5 cars from the back anyway. So this was it, and obviously there was 3 pit stops as well that we had to do, which I'll mention. I think I'll mention again later in the video. I'll try to do that anyway. But basically, I was calling the pit stops out as I was doing them, just so everyone around me knew that I did one and blah blah blah. But yeah, guys, I just want to say thank you for anyone that joined the live stream. This was my first proper live stream to date, really. I've done a few before, but not anything serious or as planned as this, so it's really interesting to see, guys. I really appreciate the love there, and it was just something new, you know. A lot of you turned out. I think about 58 people turned out at best, so 58 people, there we are, thumbs up to you. So getting into it, I just want to say I was in the T20 supercar. I picked this car because there was not many other cars I could pick because they were all full. But I picked the T20, you know, full of confidence, full of like, you know what, this car's going to be really close with the Osiris, you know. But as we know from my last video, the Turismo is actually the king on this track. Turismo is OP on this track. And the Zentorno is not too far off behind. The Zentorno is very good as well, as you'll see from a certain player called Doodle Monopoly as well. So it was very interesting, but obviously with the first lap you're going to get collisions, and that's exactly what happened. As you can see there, collisions actually start to happen, and you know, it was just an interesting turnout to see all these, you know, top supercars, all these top drivers just battling it out, going for, you know, who's gonna come out on top. I go on 2 wheels there, which I'm going to be talking about later on, and I get completely sort of swiped by a Turismo, which undercuts me like a scoop. So basically, you know, did the event turn out really good? Yes, it did. Was the event organised? Yes, it was. Are there going to be more of these in the future? Yes, there will be, with different classes. Obviously, we know the muscle car is very competitive now as well, and that's always a good thing. But you know, the main thing is that it can show what these events are about, and you know, now we've got such balanced classes within GTA 5. We can go from here and we can say, you know, this is an absolute awesome thing to do. And you know, supercars this time last year, we didn't have such a thing. You know, we could not organise events like this with the supercars, because we all knew the Zentorno was pretty much the only dominant supercar within its class. Entity and Turismo were good, but a Zentorno with a good driver will always come out on top. You know, it's just the way that car drives and things like that. Obviously now with the T20 and the Osiris, we've got a different story. So as you can see now, T20 comes back onto the track and hits me into the side, and that sort of makes me swerve and slow down and do all crazy type of things. But what I want to show you now is this. So as you can see there, my car is on 2 wheels. Now you're probably thinking, okay, what's the big deal? Well, the big deal is every time this car went on 2 wheels, it just cuts the power completely. Now, I just want to say one thing again. That Turismo that flew off like a rocket, that absolutely scared me. I was looking at my PC at the time. I just see this rocket going up into space and found out it was actually a Turismo on the track. So I had to do some next MLG move there. But yeah, basically, what I was trying to say is, when this car goes on any sort of two wheels or goes on the dirt, the power just cuts off. There's no other car like it. I've driven the Turismo around here, I've driven a Zentorno around here, and when you go on two wheels, yes, obviously you're not going to be going as quick, but the car sorts itself out. The car goes back onto four wheels as quick as, and you know, you've still got some power there. With the T20, I've never seen anything like it. It's some weird sort of, you know, cutout from the engine. It's just absolutely insane. It's like, you know, when you go off the mountain in this game and you try to accelerate, you know, have you ever noticed your car just completely cuts off? You know, there's just no drive from it. You can't spin the wheels in midair. You can't rev it. This is what this does, and this never happens with the Turismo. The Turismo, if you go on two wheels, it will still apply some power, and it will just get back on four wheels really quickly. Not with this car. Oh no. So that was a gripe that I had with this car. I didn't expect it from something like this. You know, I picked it on this race thinking it'd be really good, but after seeing the Turismo and even the Entity, I mean, Bruffy now is in front of me with the Entity, and that car is seriously quick around this track. Obviously, we know Bruffy is an okay driver. Joking, he's a really good driver, but it just allows him to pull away. He pulls a nice little move there as well. And it just pushes out, and Bruffy keeps accelerating away from me, even on the straights, which I didn't even understand. That means he's carrying more speed throughout the corner, and just, you know, allowing him to make away from me. So as you can see here, the gap now has increased. Bruffy's just pulling away from a T20. So that's not good, is it? That is not good. So at this point, I was like, right, I haven't got much chance here. You can see I'm quite far from the first spot now. I'm getting overtaken by an Entity, and I'm getting overtaken by Turismos. You know, everything is going wrong for me, and it goes a whole lot worse during the end of the video, which you will see at the end. Bruffy there takes his lap. Like I said, every time I was doing my pit stop, I called it out on stream, just so people knew anyway. But yeah, it was a really good event. However, would I pick this car again? No. Just because of this reason alone. You know, if even when you don't go on the dirt, this car within tight sections of the track, you know, where you're going left and right, you got these tight hairpins, it just doesn't put the power down as well as some other cars, and that is because of the understeer. We know this car is very quick around most tracks in the game, and that is the case. If the track is very biased towards, you know, like straights and you know, slight dips and hills down the road, then it is very good, and it still is very quick. You know, there's no denying it. But at the end of the day, the Turismo felt a lot quicker, and you can just see it's pulling away. Now, I had a laggy Turismo in front of me, as you can see. Now, this was Tom Tad. I think he must have been lagging this race, which was making the gap between me and Bruffy increase even more, because obviously I had to pay attention to him, and obviously not make a stupid mistake like going next to him on a corner, because we all know how GTA 5 lag works. 1 minute they're there, the next minute they're in your bumhole, and you just go out of the track and die. So that's something to watch out for, and something to learn as well, is if someone's lagging in front of you, don't just go for an overtake on a corner which you know they're lagging, because if they take you out, you know, you're going to end up raging, and you're going to end up shouting at the guy, and at the end of the day, you knew he was lagging, you knew the consequences, and just wait for a straight, wait for a corner that you know there's loads of room on, and then do it, which is exactly what I do. But, you know, what I want to say mainly is quite a gripe on this car. I've made a video about what I think of the Osiris now. I've driven this car for up to an hour constantly, and as you can see, I'll leave a link to that video in the description and an annotation on screen. I do take them out slightly there, but basically it's my thoughts on, you know, what I think the Osiris is now that I've driven the T20 for a long period of time and things like that. So go check that out. I don't know why I'm speaking in a posh accent, but go check that out in the bottom. And I don't know why I keep saying and as well, but basically what this video is going to show is just how good the supercar class is, just how balanced it is. You know, it's great to see all these type of races and supercars battling it out. We've got like 5 different car classes going at it, and who knew that the T20 was going to be one of the worst cars on this track, you know? Who knew that? You know, all the testers and testing like myself and other various like Bruffy and Shaggy, we know this car is very good on certain tracks, but you know, you can't expect that for every track, and that's what it is. So now I'm in 8th position, and what this is a 7th position, 8th position, 7th position. Hang on a minute, 8th position, 7th position. So I've overtaken Tom Tad there on the straight because I knew he wouldn't lag into me, and now I've got 6 positions to go in order to get to that position. And this bit now, someone misses the checkpoint, entity goes out, comes back on the track, and completely sideswipes me into the barrier, which was not a good thing, or the grass, whatever you want to call it. And that's just another thing as well. If you miss a checkpoint, please don't go back on the track straight away. Just look around where you are. At this point now, I'm making mistakes. I'm starting to choke. I'm getting tired. My hands are getting cramped out. Concentration is on an all-time low. I'm already upset that this car's not performed as well as I thought. Coming up here, missed a checkpoint. Right, okay, missed a checkpoint. For fuck's sake. Go on the grass, look around me. Is anyone there? No. Okay, so I got the checkpoint, guys. We're all good. So I just need to turn left here. Oh, wait a minute. No, I go straight thinking, you know, the checkpoint is actually there. No, so I just lost 2 positions in the space of 6 seconds because of my retardedness. And, you know, that's just the whole point of an endurance race. Tiredness hits you. You get confused. You do dumb shit. And that's what makes it more interesting. So now in 10th position. A few laps to go. And Evil now is in the Turismo, which I'm very scared of because, as we know, Turismo is very good on this track, and it's putting me off. So I'm trying my all-time best now to try and overtake him and try and get into those single figures. Bloody hell, must be tired now. So try and get in those single figures positions. I want to try and get into the top 9 at least. Top 10's okay, but top 9 anyway. So I'm doing my all-time best now, trying to avoid the dirt as possible. Can you see there when he went on that dirt, his car just quickly went down on the ground. Okay, he lost a bit of speed, but it's nothing as bad as this. So I'm trying now to cut in onto the inside. He defends it really well, and now I'm approaching this straight, which I can exploit this acceleration of the car. But at the end of the day, guys, you can't rely on a car in the straights to, you know, to overtake people. You've got to choose a car that you know is gonna be effective in corners, effective in maybe straight lines as well. But it's all about the corners. You make up time on corners. You can't really put the car in its own on a straight. Otherwise, you know, if you haven't got a track with a straight, you ain't got a chance of winning. So always think of it like that. So this is coming to the end now. I try and grab 8th position here. I do really close to do that. This is the guy that missed the checkpoint and took me out anyway, but it was okay. So yeah, guys, you'll see the table now appear on screen any second from here, just to show you what the top cars were. I came first in the T20, so I was happy about that. But Doodle won this, followed by Nismo, both in the Zentornos, and then a Turismo R as well. So Zentorno and Turismos were very good on this track. So guys, that wraps up this video. It's a long video. Try to talk throughout it. If you're new around here, subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. I think I might go to bed. I'm extremely tired, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Cheers.